all its allies, there has been a growing feeling over the past several months that Pakistan needs to strike a balance between its old traditional allies, United States, United Kingdom and European Union, and its newfound love for the game changer CPEC and China and everything. And there was a growing feeling that Pakistanis are putting all their eggs in one basket, and they are moving very fast away from United States, UK and Europe, which had been Pakistan's economic and strategic allies for the past 60, 70 years.
Is there any particular factor that has precipitated this feeling?
I think two kind of developments have been very important. One, when this new government came and when Pakistan started to face this very severe economic crisis, even when there was an interim government, or before this there was the government of Prime Minister Hakan Awasi Miftah Ismail, there was a feeling that China, which is cash rich, which is liquid to $2 trillion of cash reserves, could have created a bailout package for Pakistan. But then the feeling was this: the Chinese don't do this way, China is not going to do it. But there was always a hope that China would probably come to the big brother, the iron brother, who will actually come down and create a package of 5 billion, 6 billion. Why could China not create it? But China was always very cautious, very careful in terms of speaking in economic terms. I think the second really important watershed even came with India's surgical strike on, Air Force strike on Balakot. And on February 27th, when Pakistan very valiantly and boldly responded to the Indian strike by challenging India in the broad daylight, Pakistan was literally standing alone. 3 Security Council member states, United States, United Kingdom, France, were openly against Pakistan, right? No one really condemned India. And China was not to be,
seen or heard on the...
We are told the Chinese were making lots of efforts behind the scenes. They were solidly with the Pakistani decision makers. But on the international scene, China was nowhere to be seen. So there has been a very rapidly growing feeling that Pakistan needs to balance itself between its Chinese friends and between its Western friends. And maybe Dr. Hafiz Sheikh's emergence on the scene, someone in a most key position who says he should be given total freedom and autonomy to deal with finance and economy, and who has a stamp of approval from international institutions from Washington, is in fact a sort of a bridge building attempt.
Now you just mentioned that Hafiz Sheikh has asked for total and complete autonomy on economic decision making, yet there are discussions that an economic advisory committee is about to be set up as well.
Very interesting. It has already been set up. There has been a finance advisory committee by the Prime Minister for the Prime Minister, which is being headed by the ex-Prime Minister, the Finance Minister, Shaukat Tareen. And there are 4 other bankers. I think 2 of them are city bankers. Salim Raza is perhaps one of them. There is another one who is in the way. So these 5 people, and perhaps this has been conceived by another very important political pillar within PTI, Jahangir Khan Tareen, commonly referred to as JKT, who is himself a man of great business acumen. And this committee is going to advise Prime Minister, but Prime Minister is not a finance or economics man. So this committee is going to advise the de facto finance minister, that is the Hafiz Sheikh. So that's a sort of a decision-making cocoon or a decision-making bubble that has been created in Islamabad.
I mean, how do you see the power politics playing out there? Because you've got extremely strong, powerful men sitting on the Economic Advisory Committee Shaukat Tareen has also been a former finance minister. If he's sitting and heading the finance committee, the Economic Advisory Committee, and then you have Hafiz Sheikh also running as the advisor on finance, how do you see the politics playing out there?
I think the politics will be very important because the financial management and economic planning of a country as large as Pakistan, 200 million plus people with so much trouble and so much challenges, is never going to be the decision making of a corporate entity, however large it might be. So I think it's a very difficult moment for the PTI government and for Imran Khan government. They're trying to sell this whole transition and change of the ministerial portfolio as purely decisions on merit, that this minister was not delivering here, this minister was not delivering here. But this change and transition looks like much more than that. It's a purely political shift in which PTI's center of gravity has changed. All what you see is the Prime Minister Imran Khan, and maybe you have Shah Mahmood Qureshi with him, Otherwise, the whole power structure has changed.
Okay.